Dasara or Navaratri brings a lot of childhood memories, particularly of Bommala Koluvu or Gombe Puje. Today, I am recalling one such beautiful memory that got permanently etched in my mind for the last 40 years. It was the year 1980. We were living in a small town called Tadipatri in Andhra Pradesh. 3 days before Ashveja Shuddha Padyami, which marks the beginning of Dasara, my parents began their preparations of Gombe Puje or Bommalakulu. I and my sister watched them discussing seriously about the layout of the park that needed to be set up for that year's Bommalakulu or Gombe Puje. They stood at one corner of the house and after much discussion have finally decided about the layout.
ಬಿನಾಕ ಗೀತ್ಮಾಲ
ಪಾರ್ಕು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕೋಣ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತೆ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ. ಮಧ್ಯ ಗೊಂಬೆ, ಈ ಕಡೆ ಊರು, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಸೆಟ್ಟು. ಜೂ ನೋಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರೋ ಜನಗಳು ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಸೆಟ್ಟು. ಎರಡು ಭಾಗ ಮಾಡೋಣ.
They also finalized how it should appear and what all had to go into the layout. Next day, while returning from office, Appa brought cardboard boxes and packages of various sizes. Amma selected some and rejected others. After dinner, Amma and Appa joined hands to begin their project. Cardboard boxes and packages were cut into different shapes. All those pieces were joined together with homemade glue. We two siblings were the curious onlookers, watching the development of the project and unfolding of a miracle. We fell asleep while parents carried on with the work late into the midnight. Next day morning, we woke up to see the models of small houses and tall buildings having doors and windows. After we returned from the school,
ఆకాశవాణి ప్రాంతీయ వార్తలు.
all the dwellings and buildings were shining in dazzling colors. It was the handiwork of Amma, who decorated them with beautiful colors. That night,
ఇల్లు వాకిలి.
Appa poured sand that he brought from somewhere. Soon, the heap of sand became a temple complex, residential areas, one huge bazaar, and the star attraction of all, the zoo. Amma drew some designs on sand with her fingers and carefully filled them with the ragi grains and sprinkled water. She told me,
ರಘು, ನಾಳಿನಿಂದ ನೀನು ನಿಧಾನವಾಗಿ ಆ ಕಾಳೆಲ್ಲ ಮೇಲೆ ಬರೋದಂಗ ಅದರನ್ನ ಮೊಳಕೆ ಬರೋ ಹಂಗ ನಿಧಾನವಾಗಿ ದಿನಾಗಲೂ ನೀರು ಹಾಕಿ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರಬೇಕು.
that it shall be my duty to sprinkle water for next 3 days, twice a day. Later, they moved and arranged the heavy trunks and wooden boxes to make multi-level dais. There were totally 5 rows set up one over the other. Then Amma put many toys made with clay all along the rows. Look, there goes our Kuladaivam, Sri Venkateshwara, to the top row and sits there in the middle. He is indeed center of the universe and center of the attraction too. Oh, this year Dashavatharams made to the second tier. Last year they were at third row, right, sister? Here, the big statues of Lakshmi and Saraswati went to the top row and they are sitting prettily on either side of Srinivasa. So says sister with lot of excitement. The beautiful quartet of Rama, Sita, Lakshmana and Hanuma stood on the third row and the joyful Krishna with his beautiful flute sat on the third step. The fourth and fifth rows were decorated with many assorted toys and murtis. Meanwhile, I did my duty of sprinkling water on the areas of the park that had ragi grains. On day 3, spouts started appearing, and on day 4, I could clearly see Amma's hand drawn designs becoming visible. Cardboard models of buildings were placed by Appa in residential and bazaar sections of the park. All the animals went into the zoo. Appa then set up the temple area with a cardboard temple. A priest went inside of it, and devotees made a queue on either side. He also put up a dhvajastambha made with piece of wood. A row of small shops on either side of the road leading to the temple came up, and the sellers and buyers appeared shortly. Later, Appa placed a 2 feet by 2 feet granite slab at the center of the 4 sections of the park. It had a small cement parapet wall all around it. In the middle of the slab, there was a nozzle protruding from a structure made with cement. Amma brought a steel container with a tap and placed it on a stool. A plastic pipe connected the water container and the nozzle. Amma poured some water in the container and turned the tap on. Granite slab turned into a pond with a fountain that started jetting water. A small outlet on either side of the fountain allowed excess water to seep into the sand put around it. Appa asked us to pick the boys and girls made with china ware from the basket. He then carefully placed them around the fountain. In no time, ducks started floating in the pond. Of course, they were made with plastic. After all the arrangements, Amma and Appa took a few steps back to have a complete view of the park. They found some irregularities. Guided by Amma, Appa made the adjustments. They once again surveyed and found everything to be perfect. From then, on all 9 days, every evening, a sizable crowd visited our park and wondered at the marvels put up there. Fountain with pond, with floating ducks, and with swimmers was the masterpiece. I have been put as an in charge of turning the fountain on and off, while sister and mother had to welcome the guests.
ಕಮಲಾ, ಆ ಬಂದವರಿಗೆ ನೋಡಮ್ಮ ಬಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡು ಆ ಚಾಪ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೂಡಿಸಿ ಅರಿಶಿನ ಕುಂಕುಮ ಕೊಡು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ತಾಂಬೂಲ ಕೊಡೋಣ.
Time flew, the days went on, and then came Vijayadashami. Vijayadashami was celebrated in a grand way. After Vijayadashami, it was indeed a painful moment for us to dismantle the whole setup. In the next year, that is in 1981, parents came up with another layout, more fabulous than the previous years. They recreated the holy towns of Tirumala and Tirupati, a shrine on hill. Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam's administrative building which came up very recently in 1981, and also the historical Govindaraja Pattana at the foothill. We have not forgotten the most famous Kapila Tirtham. Kapila Tirtham also was set up with a trickling water stream. Our star attraction, Fountain, has found many improvements, and now it is jetting colored water. The color of the water used to change every day, and as usual, I was the operator of it. As the years moved from 1980s to 1990s, the setting up of the park became our show, and me and my sister started designing while parents helped us to set it up. We have designed and set up a railway station on 1 year, and then an airport with an aeroplane flying over the town in the next year. We tried many experiments. Some worked out, some failed. But what did not fail is our zeal to think, create, and recreate the wonders. This is how the festival of Dasara taught us creativity powered by devotion. Wish we owned a camera back then. Nevertheless, The memories are more vivid and beautiful than a pack of photographs, isn't it?